Welcome to Live from Center Stage. Tonight's guest is the Dublin City Ramblers. And tonight we have...
Sean McGuinness.
Who's the main Rambler,
Well,
right?
Yes.
Who are your other Ramblers tonight?
Tonight, Andy, are Pierce Plunkett and Tom Miller. Pierce plays guitar, sings, and Tom plays bass and sings. And we're on tour at the moment for the last month or so, and having a ball.
What's the name of your tour?
It's the Hands Across the Pond tour. We have a group, bunch of people called Amish. They're from up the New York area, and they play. There's two ladies, three gents, and they play drums, fiddle, flutes, and they do their set, we do our set, and then we jam together at the end. And it's great. It's working great. Yeah.
Well, you and your band are one of the most illustrious bands we've ever had.
Thank you.
How many records do you have? I saw 30 plus at least.
I think over the years we've recorded. We formed the band in 1970, and we've recorded probably around 42 or 43 albums. Yeah.
And how many years have you been playing now?
Well, with the Ramblers, 1970. I formed the Ramblers back in 1970, which is probably 46 years ago.
Wow.
So still here.
That's amazing. You're still here.
Still here.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm glad you're here. And you specialize in pub music.
We do a lot of concerts, and a lot of the old. Some of the songs we've been singing, started singing back in before the Ramblers, even 1962. We had a couple of different bands. And
what was the first band called?
The Jolly Tinkers.
The Jolly Tinkers.
Yes, myself, my brother, and two other guys.
Is there any records of the Jolly Tinkers?
There's one somewhere.
One somewhere.
There's a couple of them. We went on to form a group called the Queer Fellas. After Brendan Bean, the famous Irish playwright, had a play called The Queer Fella, and for a couple of years we became the Queer Fellas, and we have two albums that were recorded with CBS in England. And a lot of people reckon they were way before the time, but they're still around. And then in 1970 that disbanded, and I formed the Dublin City Ramblers.
And what year was that again?
1970.
1970.
1970, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
46
years ago.
46 years.
Yeah.
I don't think the Stones have been together that long. Or
no, they haven't. I spoke to Mick Jagger recently. No. They're not gone that long, no.
And you're still traveling all over the world.
We're still traveling all over the world. Yeah. We spend probably 4 or 5, 6 months over here, maybe even more, depending on the demand. We do a lot of concerts, a lot of outdoor festivals, and we do a couple of months in Spain, a couple of months of Ireland, in Ireland. Wherever the music brings us. Our manager, John Ryan, he makes all the contacts, and he gives the orders, and we just follow wherever he sends us. And
you just did a set of concerts at Irish Village.
We did.
How was that?
In Cape Cod. One of the nicest guy, Tommy McCormick, and all the staff there couldn't be nicer. It was two fantastic nights there. Ourselves and Amish, and we had an absolutely fantastic time. We stayed over the 2 nights. And it was like a home from home, but the shows themselves were a blast. They were great, yeah. Really, really enjoyed it.
Well, I'm glad we have you now.
Well, it's great to be here. Great to be here. Yeah.
So, do you have a new record? What was the last record?
The last one we made would have been a CD called "Raise the Roof," and at the moment now at home, when we got back to Ireland on next Sunday, we have an album kind of half. It's in the can. It's half finished. So we're going to take a bit of time and finish that off, and then we're going to do an album with Amish, and get one going together.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, because we're looking forward. We have a lot of tours lined up with them.
That has a lot of sex appeal.
Well, yes, with me. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't mind the two girls now. But yeah, we're looking forward to doing that, completing that, getting that completed, and then spend the rest of the year. We'll probably be the rest of the year over here.
So I have a big question here.
Yeah.
Are the Dublin City Ramblers from Dublin?
Absolutely, born and raised. Yeah.
All of you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I was born in a place called the Liberties, which would have been in those days one of the poorest parts of Dublin. My mother and father were very fortunate to get scholarships. My mother was a great piano player. She graduated from the London College of Music, and my father was an All-Ireland champion Irish dancer 3 years in a row. Way back in the 30s or so. So the music was always in the family.
So you inherited not only dancing, but
Yeah.
musical ability.
You don't want to see my dancing, trust me. But yeah, we inherited it all from my mother and father. There was always sessions in the house, you know. Even Christmas morning, the door would be left open. And people coming from Mass, my father would come in. If you can sing, come in. There's a beer, your breakfast, whatever, you know. But the music was always there, yeah.
So you don't just play pub music. I saw that you also have rebel music.
Yeah.
I saw some very interesting records, the North Republic jail music.
The Irish Republican jail songs, yeah. Yeah, we recorded that in 1977, I think, yeah.
That's
yeah.
amazing. There's some interesting
That'll
stuff on that.
That's going to be a big hit again, I believe, this year, because it's the 100th anniversary of the 1916 Easter Rising of the GPO in Dublin. So they're re-releasing that, and they reckon it's going to be a huge seller, you know. So I'm looking forward to that too, you know.
Then you have ballads too.
Well, it's all ballads, and we don't do set lists, or we don't do any particular. It's ballads, and you know, some people call it commercial ballads, some people call it folk, trad, whatever, you know. But the song was, some of the songs we're singing today, we were singing back in '63. So that's how evergreen they are.
So it doesn't change.
That's how long lasting. Yeah, there's a lot of new stuff, of course, but that's how long lasting it is. They never fade out, you know.
But like Dirty Old Town.
Yeah.
Whiskey in the Glass.
Yeah.
You have some stuff that's hung around for a while.
Oh yeah. Dirty Old Town was written by Hugh McCall, a man from Scotland, and all about a place called Salford, just outside Manchester in England. And Whiskey in the Jar, that's been around for as long as I have, you know. And we still sing those. First requests we get are usually for a couple of those.
So that's what I really like about you. I've been listening to some of your videos and your music. You often give the history of the song.
Yeah.
Like Robert Emish, you tell the story of him, and
yeah.
So yeah, it's great to get the history behind a song.
Well, we always,
the meaning.
Yeah, when we're doing a show, we always like to bring, especially if it's a new venue, a new or a concert hall, and people are actually, you know, most of them sitting listening, and we like to bring a bit of Ireland to the people, because a lot of people mightn't have heard it. The younger generation coming up now, it's great to see them all interested in the history of the songs. So we like to include a little bit of history and bring them a piece of Ireland while we're singing the songs, you know.
I would like to talk about that, the historical context of your music, that you're teaching a new generation, hoping that they will probably keep it going, hopefully.
Absolutely.
And I do hear young people taking new songs and making them Gaelic, like using old Gaelic to try to keep the language alive too, not only music.
Yeah, that's more in the younger generation. They've been taught them music in the schools, and it's great to see it, not just back in Ireland but over here as well, to try to teach them some of the songs in Gaelic, you know. And I love to see that going, and the music will never die out, you know. Our music will never die out, I reckon. You know, there's always somebody coming up behind young, especially we try to get young kids, and we get a great cross section of people at our shows, from you know, young, middle-aged, elderly, whatever. But it's great to get an audience where you see all the young kids and they're singing and they know every word, you know. We actually did a gig in France a couple of years ago in Disney World in France, and we were asked to be over for special guests when it opened, and there was thousands of literally Chinese kids, including Irish, English, Scottish, but a lot of Chinese, and they knew every word of every song.
Wow.
Seriously, yeah. It was unbelievable. You know? So
you are reaching the world.
Yeah.
Well, I've noticed even with American folk music, Irish music has you know, really influenced not only Appalachian music and country music. You've come.
Well, American folk music came from Irish music way back, you know, in the 1700s, and it came from a lot of some parts of it came from all the people from Ireland coming over to Canada, building the railroads from east to west and down south here as well in America. And they'd have their own type of songs while they were working away, and that's how a lot of us got started off, you know.
And it was here already. We all know it in our blood, I think. So I do want to distinguish the difference between traditional and cover music and what's the other one? There's a third one. Traditional,
the actual ballads,
the ballads
themselves.
Well, yeah, I know you sing a lot of traditional music.
Yeah.
Is it copyrighted? Or?
Well, the songs we sing will be, when you say traditional music, the traditional music we consider, you know, sessions where there's fiddles and flutes and bowrons and stuff.
Instrumentals, yeah.
Instrumentals, yeah. You get a lot. You get less singing and more playing. with us, you get both. You get the whole lot. And there used to be a 50-year copyright on say Whiskey in a Jar or something, you know. But I think it's actually gone to 75 years now, because a lot of people had written songs maybe back less than 50 years ago, and other people were claiming the rights to them. But a lot of record companies delved into it and discovered that, you know, these people hadn't actually written these songs, they were claiming them. So now there's a strict, I think it's 75 years. And other than that, but the thing is, once you record something, anybody can record it. Once it's on vinyl, as you used to say, you know, the old vinyl,
right.
Anybody can record a song once it's in the public domain.
Well, even was it Happy Birthday that you can't sing it in public because someone
Oh, you can now,
claimed
yeah.
the copyright?
I think that was written in 1924 or something like that, yeah. So I'll sing it to you if you want.
Yeah. I don't know if we have enough money for you to sing it, if we get into that problem.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to do a little bragging here. I hear that you're Ireland's #1 folk band now?
Well, we were awarded,
2012
and 2013. There was a Country Music Association awards. It's a huge event back home, and in 2012 and 2013 they decided to include. They reckoned a ballad, or our type of music, you know, is what. Like if you think of our type of music, it's a huge part of the tourist trade back home, because people from America come over to hear. They have country western music here, so they don't really want to go and hear country music. So they come to hear Irish ballads, and there's not an awful lot of it back home, as much left as there was. So they decided to include a category of Irish ballad and folk music, and it was on the internet, it was a phone in, it was an email, it was everything. It went all over Ireland, England, Scotland and Wales, and we won the award in 2011, or 2012 and 2013. So it was nice honour, you know.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I hear you have 8 gold records now?
We have 8 gold records, yeah. Yeah, we're working on it.
Out of your 42 records, is
Yeah.
that the number I heard?
Yes.
I can't believe.
Yeah.
You probably got the most records that anyone has ever come in here.
Yeah.
42 records. I can't
Yeah.
believe that's amazing.
And I think we're on hundreds of compilations, you know, as well. Every year, if you go into any place.
iTunes.
Or in Ireland or over here, any of the Irish craft shops, you'll always see a compilation of Irish ballads.
There are a lot of them.
We're on every one of them.
There are a lot of them.
Yeah, I know.
Now,
one of them.
also you played for kings and queens and all over the world.
We did.
Some Irish dignitaries.
We did indeed, yeah. We played for...
and movie stars.
Yes. Maureen OHara, the famous actress who from The Quiet Man, and I think she made about around 100 films, 110 films, you know, with John Wayne and all these people. And she was a great friend of ours. She has a beautiful house in Glengariff back in County Cork, and she's a mutual friend of ours. And she was driving around back in 1988. She was driving around Ireland, and her friend was driving her around, and she heard the tune from The Quiet Man, the Isle of Innisfree, written by a man called Dick Farrelly from Meath, next to Dublin.
There you go, history. He's like a history lesson here. Kids, pay attention.
But she was driving and she heard the song on the radio. I think it was number 3 or 4 in the Irish charts for us at the time. And she said, I want that band at my... Every year they honour some actress or actor from Hollywood. And that year it happened to be in the Marriott Hotel in LaGuardia Airport. So you had every actor back in '98. You had Paul Newman, you know,
John
Wayne, Richard Wagner, or the whole, and they were all there. And we brought her up. We presented her with Crystal, Dublin Crystal, and she came down off the podium. We sang 15 or 20 minutes for her, and she came down, and she was the nicest lady ever. She never lost her Dublin accent. Unfortunately, she passed away recently at 94 years of age. Yeah.
And who was the Irish dignitary? You have a list of them.
There was a lot of them. Yeah, we played for all the president years ago, and a lot down through the years we played for quite a lot of them. You know.
Do you have a favorite concert or a favorite place you played? That you're like, wow, I made it. This is it. Well, you can't get much better than this.
We played Royal Albert Hall in London.
Wow.
Yeah, and we played. Actually, I went to see Frank Sinatra. He was performing there 4 weeks previously, and myself and the wife went to see him. and just turned out 4 weeks later we were asked to do a gig in the Albert Hall, and it's a beautiful building, you know, and it was fantastic just to be in the kind of the same. Okay, Frank Sinatra stayed here, you know, a few weeks ago, you know, and we did Carnegie Hall. We were asked to do a guest spot in Carnegie Hall back in the early 70s.
I thought you were going to say like the Irish National, isn't there a national building in Ireland you played? Is there a national?
Oh, Christchurch.
Christchurch?
Christchurch, the cathedral.
The cathedral.
Yeah,
I thought there was another hall.
The National Concert Hall.
National Concert Hall.
Yeah, we played the National.
That's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, that was a big deal. There was a whole week of, it was called Festival Folk, Irish Festival Folk, and they picked 7 of the top Irish artists to do a night each, and we did one of the nights, and then we did the Cork Opera House. We did all the regular concert halls around Ireland, you know.
So I noticed you have a song on Music of Cork. And is that Whiskey in the Jar?
It could be.
You mentioned there's 2 different versions of...
Well, some people say as I went over, as I was going over, some people say the Killycarry Mountains, and others say the Cork and Kerry Mountains.
So that's the trick.
Yeah, that's the trick.
Sing the song to match the place you're in.
Some people from Kerry claim that song, other people from Cork claim it, you know. Yeah. But it's a great song. We'll be singing it tonight, please God.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I do have a dicey question.
Yes.
I know you do sing about the Northern Republic or the Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
What happens when you go into England?
We still sing it.
Or southern parts of Ireland?
Yeah,
does it get kind of uncomfortable?
Southern part of Ireland is no problem. Northern part of Ireland is no problem.
Albert Hall wasn't a problem?
It was actually a short set. It was about a half-hour set. We were given a set list to do, you know.
You're like, I'm running out of here now.
But I'd say the whole 7,000 people, I'd say 5,000 were Irish anyway, you know.
Yeah.
But no, we sing those songs.
You sung 4 Green Fields
and
19 Men?
Tommy Makem, yeah.
Yeah,
he wrote that.
Wow.
But you never forget it. It's your history and it's your heritage, so you're not going to forget it. You don't stop singing it, you know.
Wow.
You know.
That's ballsy.
We sing them everywhere. I mean, even 2 nights ago in the Irish Village, there was a lot of people there, American people, and it was mostly from Ireland and America, and a couple from England, and they wanted to hear the boys of the Old Brigade. They wanted to hear Sean South from Carry On, about all the different rebels.
That's right.
Who passed away.
You have a Rebels album,
Yeah. So you don't forget your history, you know, and you sing about it, you know. That's the way it is.
Well, I can't wait tonight. I can't wait.
We're really looking forward.
Really. It's about to happen too, I think.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So, any more things you have to? Any websites or?
Yes, we have our website.
Any ways to get in touch with John Ryan, the manager?
John Ryan, he has an email, N for Nora and Y for York, Yorkers, at AOL.com. And the website is just www.dublincityramblers.com. And
you're on Facebook?
We're on Facebook. Yes, we're all over the place.
I found you all over YouTube.
Yeah, we're all over YouTube.
All over.
A lot of stuff on YouTube.
Not a lot of new stuff, though, I have to say.
Well, there will be.
There will be.
There will be very shortly, yeah.
Yes, there will be.
Yeah, he's working on that right now.
Yeah, we are. Well, thank you very much.
Andy, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Yes,
pleasure.
my
Absolute
pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
Yeah.